Hello everybody, welcome to Poetry Changes Lives special edition. Another joint poem with me and my daughter Annabel. And today we've got a super poem called The Listeners by Walter de la Mare. It's a very mysterious poem. It asks a lot of questions. Who are these listeners? There's a traveller who comes to the door and nobody answers the door, but he knows people are listening. It's a poem that leaves a lot of questions, and good poems often do that. Walter de la Mare, who wrote this, was quite an ordinary man who lived at the beginning of the 20th century, and he lived quite an ordinary life. His father worked at the Bank of England. He worked in an oil company in London. He was a family man, but it's remarkable that he nevertheless wrote some very wonderful, strange, mysterious poetry, proving that you don't have to be a wild lifestyle drunk and on drugs to be a great poet. Anybody can be a great poet, no matter what your lifestyle is. I hope you like this. It's The Listeners by Walter de la Mare.
"Is anybody there?" said the traveller, knocking on the moonlit door, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest's ferny floor.
And a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head, and he smote upon the door again a second time. "Is there anybody there?" he said.
But no one descended to the traveller. No head from the leaf-fringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes, where he stood perplexed and still.
But only a host of phantom listeners that dwelt in the lone house then stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men.
Stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call.
And he felt in his heart their strangeness, their stillness answering his cry, while his horse moved, cropping the dark turf neath the starred and leafy sky.
For he suddenly smote on the door, even louder, and lifted his head. "Tell them I came and no one answered, that I kept my word," he said.
Never the least stir made the listeners, though every word he spoke fell echoing through the shadowiness of the still house from the one man left awake.
Aye, they heard his foot upon the stirrup, and the sound of iron on stone, and how the silence surged softly backward when the plunging hooves were gone.
So there you have it, the listeners. What was going on in there, in that house, do you think? I'd love to know what you think, but send me a message if you know what the answer is. The Listeners by Walter de la Mare. There'll be another joint reading next week. I hope you like our scarves, by the way. These are the prototype Poetry Changes Lives scarves, silk scarves. They add a little something, I think. Hope you like them. More about that soon. Thank you for listening today. Bye, everybody. Thank you.